Welcome to the pre-application information session for the Training and Services to End Violence and Abuse Against Individuals with Disabilities and Deaf People program, also known as the Disability Grant Program. During this presentation, you will learn about recent updates to the Notice of Funding Opportunity, or NOFO, key information about the Disability Grant Program, and important resources that can help you complete your application. The Office on Violence Against Women, or OVW, has shortened and simplified the NOFOs this year, and much of the information that was previously included in the NOFO is now available through links on our website. You can find the document and resources you need for applying in the Program Resources section under the Disability Grant Program accordion on the Funding Opportunities webpage. In addition, the NOFO includes links to attachments and other documents you will need to complete your application. The NOFO includes an application checklist. Please ensure to review the entire checklist and make sure your application includes all items marked in red as required. Some documents only need to be submitted if they apply to your organization. For example, if you are proposing to use grant funds for legal services, you must include the Delivery of Legal Assistance Certification form in your application. Entities that are eligible to apply for this program are listed on page 4 of the NOFO. In addition to being an eligible applicant, your project must include a partnership with at least one nonprofit, non-governmental organization that serves or advocates for victims of domestic violence, dating violence, sexual assault, or stalking, and one nonprofit, non-governmental organization serving individuals with disabilities and/or deaf people. The lead applicant may be one of the required partner organizations. However, the lead applicant cannot serve as both the victim service provider and the disability organization. You must document this required partnership in both your proposal narrative and your Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU. This program is designed to bring disability organizations and victim service providers together to improve access to safe, effective, and responsive victim services for survivors with disabilities and deaf survivors. Applicants do this in part by establishing collaborative partnerships. Victim service providers and disability organizations have traditionally had different missions and approaches. This program encourages collaboration between these fields and supports work that addresses the unique needs of survivors at the intersection of disability and victimization. The Disability Grant Program funds activities that improve accessibility, safety, and meaningful participation in efforts to enhance direct services for deaf survivors and survivors with disabilities. The purpose areas for the program are found on page 5 of the NOFO, and there is a total of 8 purpose areas. If you plan to use funds to address modified facilities in Purpose Area 6 of the NOFO, you must be aware of 2 limitations. First, you may not use more than 10% of your entire budget on modifying facilities. Second, you are limited to minor renovations, which means renovations that do not change the prior use or footprint of the facility. Major renovations or construction projects are not allowed under this purpose area. If your project is funded, you must seek prior approval from OVW before using any grant funds for minor renovations. This is to ensure that the modifications align with the National Environmental Policy Act, or NEPA, and other applicable federal requirements. We encourage you to refer to the Modification of Facilities under Purpose Area 6 fact sheet for additional details on this process. Example of what is considered a minor renovation are included in this fact sheet. This slide includes a QR code that will take you directly to this resource. This resource is also linked under the Disability Grant Program accordion of the Funding Opportunities page under Programs and Information at www.justice.gov/OVW/funding-opportunities. For this funding cycle, you must identify 1 to 2 disabilities and 1 or more of the Violence Against Women Act crimes as the focus of your project in the proposal narrative. You must clearly demonstrate that your partnership has specific expertise in the disability or disabilities you select, as well as in the crime areas your project will address, whether that is domestic violence, dating violence, sexual assault, stalking, and/or abuse by caregivers against individuals with disabilities. Your proposed project activities, services, and products must be directly related to your selected project focus. As a reminder, OVW does not fund activities that jeopardize victim safety or undermine offender accountability. For example, a program may create a safety plan without considering how a survivor's disability or deafness affects their safety, communication, access to services, or ability to make their own choices. Please make sure to review the full list of examples of activities that compromise victim safety for the Disability Grant Program. You can find this resource at www.justice.gov/OVW/disability-grant-program-activities-victim-safety. You can also find helpful resources on our updated How to Apply webpage. For the Disability Grant Program, we are providing ready-to-use templates for the proposal narrative, proposal abstract, and MOU. You are not required to use these templates, but we strongly encourage you to do so. On the screen, there are 2 additional QR codes that link directly to important applicant resources. The first QR code links to the FY 2026 Application Companion Guide, which includes information on post-award requirements for applicants who receive awards and examples of activities that compromise victim safety. The second QR code links to the Creating a Budget Training for OVW Applicants webinar. This webinar includes instructions on how to prepare a budget for your proposed project. Whether this is your first time applying or you are a seasoned applicant, we encourage you to check out this webinar. You can find both of these resources on the How to Apply for OVW Funding webpage at www.justice.gov/how-2-apply-4-OVW-funding. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact our team at ovw.disabilities@usdoj.gov. Thank you for your interest in the OVW Disability Grant Program.